Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I decided to go ahead and hop back on the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta train. Um, I've watched the first two episodes. I haven't watched episode three. I'm going to watch that one tonight, and then hopefully I can have that up tomorrow. But so far, I have to give it to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Um, I feel like the move to MTV was a great move. I don't know if them moving to MTV, it came with a different production team, different writers. Hey, come on for the writers. Oh, no, girl, even if it did, girl, the writers are on strike. Well, no, because um, this was filmed before the writer's strike. We all know that the girl, parts of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, like most reality TV shows, are not exactly reality. But nonetheless, girl, I'm just here to be entertained. And so far, so good. Episodes one and two kind of drew me in. And so I decided to go ahead and just, like I said, hop back on the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta train. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. Um, hey, you know how like we always say that in order to be you a housewife of Atlanta. I felt at one point the qualifications were very, very minimal. All you needed was a pair of Louboutins, a designer bag, a fruit tray, and a bottle of wine, and and just be halfway cute, and you'll be all right, right? I feel like the criteria to be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is you got to have your teeth done. Because when I tell you, all I saw were teeth, more teeth, bigger teeth, and the biggest teeth. I'm not mad at anybody for getting their mouth fixed, okay? Nobody. Teeth are very important. Um, but every time I looked at Scrappy, he been had his teeth done. And I don't know if it's because Safari over there, girl, stressing. Girl, it's not funny. I don't know if it's because Safari is over there stressing Erica Mena out. Um, but and maybe those teeth been that size for a minute, and I'm just not realizing. But honey, she got the biggest teeth out of it. I said, girl, girl, is y'all in competition? Girl, so I see Erica Mena with her big old teeth. Then I see Scrappy. And then Erica Banks. Erica Banks don't look bad. But yeah, everybody. I was like, girl, what's up with these teeth? Girl, what is going on? Girl, they must have a 2-for-1 special because everybody got their teeth done. Spice. Spice almost died. Listen, we like Spice. For the most part, when I was into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I don't remember. Not to say that she wasn't, but I don't really remember. Girl, always make sure your door's locked, honey. You don't trust nobody. Cause baby, girl, honey, the door swing open, and girl, they done kidnap you. Girl, they done took you to France, and now you're part of some type of girl sex ring. No, ma'am. They kidnapping everybody, kids, women, and men. They're not gonna get me, honey. Not without a fight, girl. Cause we're gonna turn this whole parking lot up. Anyway, um, but Spice. I don't remember Spice ever being just in mess like that. So I always like Spice. I don't have an issue with Spice. Spice did die. Spice said she died, went home to glory, and came back home. Right. So Spice died. She was over in the Dominican Republic. Now listen, I'm not saying people don't go to the DR to visit and to vacay and have a good time, Savannah. That's not what I'm saying. Please don't think that's not what I'm saying. Because I know people go to the DR for relaxation, cocktails, probably a few one night stands. But I also know the girls go over there to get their bodies chopped open and sucked open and plucked. I want to know what was Spice doing over in the DR? That's what the kids want to know. I mean, it don't matter because you here with us and your kids still got their mommy. But girl, what type of surgery was you having? Is it inappropriate for me to ask? Because I'm trying to figure out what you had going on over there. And then on top of that, Spice, I'm not trying to say nothing wrong with you because they showed us some pictures. I don't know if it was your body or not. But girl, did y'all see when Spice was in the ambulance? Girl, her phone, you could tell like she was holding her phone and she was recording her feet in the ambulance. Girl, now, girl, I don't know, girl. Let me tell y'all something. If I'm ever rushed to the hospital because girl, I done went home to glory and they had to bring me back alive, honey, the last thing I'm gonna be thinking about is trying to record so y'all can see. Girl, 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 it's gonna be too much hollering and screaming and passing out on my end for me to even hold up the phone. Okay, girl, please don't let me die. Girl, please don't let me die, girl. Okay, okay, I was over trying to do a little nip and tuck, honey. I didn't know all this was gonna happen, child. Anyways, but Spice is fine. Um, Spice is fine. Jock and Kendra. Jock and Kendra were on the cover of some magazine. I forgot. I think Hype Hair. Was it Hype Hair? They're on the cover of a magazine. Anyways, Jock is lying. Jock, I think they asked Jock about her and him and Kendra. You know, Jock got a baby. You know, him and Kendra was on a break. Girl, something like that. I didn't watch last season. I just saw clips online. She tried to act like she didn't know or something, right? But she really knew the whole time. Girl, I don't know. Girl, I can't talk about last season. Anyways, they asked Jock how were they? Go, excuse me. I want y'all to go back and I want y'all to watch Jock. When the producer or whoever was interviewing Jock in the confessional asked him, Jock said, "We said we're more in love than we've ever been." Before Jock said we're more in love than we ever been, his legs started shaking. Now I'm not nobody expert, okay? That's not what I do, but I just thought it was real kind of weird that he was talking, and then as soon as he got ready to say we are more in love than we've ever been, girl, his legs started shaking. Erica Banks is on the show. I'm not gonna lie. Erica Banks actually seems like real cool. You know, I thought about when she pulled that stunt. Remember, like a few months ago? Well, not a few months ago. Probably like almost a year ago. I can't remember. It wasn't like a long time ago. She got online talking about you have to look. You have to have a certain aesthetic. You have to look a certain way. Have to, I guess, dress a certain way. You got to be thick in order to hang out with. I remember her saying, in order to hang out with her at the club, you have to look a certain way. Like you could be like she might take you around like her family and friends, right? But to go to the club with her, you have to look a certain way to sit in her section. That's what she said. Now, mind you, this is coming from somebody who look like who got new teeth, girl. This is coming from somebody who done laid on the table and got a BBL, and you got the nerves to then turn. That's why I be saying like, I'm sorry, and this is coming from somebody like me who have been saying for the longest that I want a little nip and tuck my damn self. You know what I'm saying? I want a little man 360 lipo. But girl, you cannot lay on the table and then get some type of work done and then turn around and then turn your nose up at the other girls. And then on top of that, girl, like, girl, just like, shout out to Erica De Niro TV. Because just like Erica was saying on I'm telling what people saying. Just like Erica was saying on girl, Erica Banks got bangs. Girl, Erica Banks baby hairs come down to her. And you got the nerve to walk around here with your nose tucked up in the air. Girl, if you don't sit down and be quiet. Anyways, but she's on the show, she seemed alright. I ain't gonna lie, she seemed cool. When she first met Erica Mena, y'all saw how they gave high five and they missed. Girl. Jessica White is on the show. I don't have no issue with Love and Marriage Huntsville. I really love and Marriage Huntsville. I really don't have an issue with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. But can we call a thing a thing? I would have never thought that a supermodel. First of all, I forgot how gorgeous. This lady almost hit this lady car. When I tell you, y'all hoes cannot drive. Not. I'm talking about people. Girl, y'all cannot drive. Anyways, I forgot how gorgeous Jessica White was. One, Girl, I don't think I've ever heard her speak. 2, she probably has. I just don't remember. And then 3, girl, girl, how did you end up on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? If she would have ended up on Housewives, I would have said, "Oh, Jessica White on Real Housewives of Atlanta." I wouldn't have thought nothing. But girl, I did kind of look at her like, "Ooh, girl, talking about a fall from grace." But she look like she's still doing good. She look like she ain't stressed out. Or maybe she's still skinny because Nick stressed her out. She let the girls know that, girl, she had a miscarriage. I don't know if y'all know Jessica White used to be involved with Nick Cannon for like 8 years while she was going through a miscarriage. She found out that he had somebody pregnant. She came out the other day. We talked about it in Hot Topics. Nick didn't want her to be on the show. He was upset because Nick Cannon wants to be able to control the narrative. So if Jessica White gets on the show and starts telling the real tea and letting the girls know what really happened, right? Because I think Nick just wants to make it seem as though he just got a whole bunch of kids. But the truth of the matter is, Nick, you was an ain't shit nigga. You was over there with that girl for 8 years, knowing she probably was going through what she was going through. And you still was out here getting other women pregnant. And you don't want nobody to know that. Anyways, it is what it is, girl. The guys meet. You know who I like? I don't remember him. I remember him from Love and Hip Hop Miami. I remember him trying to talk to Joy. Chaotic is funny as hell to me. I like Chaotic. Girl. Chaotic is Kiki. Girl. So Scrappy, Kirk, and Chaotic met up. Long story short, they're talking about Scrappy. Scrappy selling him his issues. And he was basically saying how Bambi found some messages and from his ex. And Chaotic was like, "You talking about Shay?" And he was like, "Nah." And he was like, "Oh, you talking about stiletto pumps in the club?" I said, "Come on, stiletto pumps in the club. Stiletto pumps in the club, yeah. Mm, mm. Stiletto pumps in the club." Girl, this Mexican is thick as hell. Oh, they got a brand new baby. Yeah, he kind of thick. Damn. Oh, girl, homeless man up here begging for money, honey. Don't come over. I ain't got no money. Girl, I'm tapped out, honey. Don't come knocking on my window. Girl, I tell you, one day I was sitting in the car. This was probably like a year ago. I was sitting in the car, girl. This homeless man came right over and did just like this. Girl, I swear to God. Tapped on the window, girl. Tap, tap, tap. I'm gonna knock on your door. Tap on your window. Girl, if you wanna get away from this car, get away from this car. Girl, I don't have no issue, baby. I'm treating everybody, baby. Get away from do not tap on this window, girl. Girl, you will get hit. God will crank this car up and honey, all you gonna see is boom, 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 boom. Girl, you better move, girl. Girl, I'm not the one. Anyways, so this is why I don't need to make. See, oh, another thing too. Some of y'all may be new to this. I used to make videos all the time when I worked at Nordstrom. Um, oh girl, he walking with the people calls, girl. He walking with the people calls. Girl, please don't walk over here, girl. I used to work at Nordstrom. And I used to work overnight, and girl, I used to make videos, girl. Let me tell you one thing about it. 2 things for sure, 3 things for certain, girl. Rodney was gonna get his videos out. Girl, I would be sitting in the pitch dark in the girl on the 4th floor in a red garage, making videos at 3:00 in the morning, running my mouth. I was gonna get the videos out. I know some of y'all may not be used to seeing me make videos in the car, but I used to make videos in the car all the time. When I would be driving to work, I would be making videos. When I would be coming home from work, I would make videos. On my lunch break, I would make videos. Yeah, girl. If I had like a little 15-minute break and I was going to run around to Starbucks, I would make a video. I was going to get the videos out. Anyways, so, but I did hear how Chaotic gonna say, Oh man, you ain't even like basically you ain't have sex with her. You just was text. You were just messaging. I don't know why y'all be trying to act like messaging is not a violation. This is what I want everybody to start realizing. No, I'm not in a relationship, but I ain't gotta be in a relationship to know how one should work. If you don't want it done to you, then don't do it to the person you with. It's very, very simple. I think that's like ABC 1 2 3. Y'all don't think so? I think that's literally ABC 1 2 3. If I don't want you doing it to me, then I shouldn't do it to you. If I don't want to look through your phone or find out that you messaging some nigga, then why would I think it's okay for you to look through my phone to see I'm messaging some bitch? You see what I'm saying? Got my stomach growling. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, Kirk and Rashida, they doing a Frost Bistro revamp. I guess Frost Bistro 2.0. I don't know, honey. They said they're gonna change it, I guess, from what they had going on to like a breakfast brunch type of spot. I wonder if they still got their family members working for them. You know, at one point, I remember a couple of seasons ago, girl, that was an issue. They were trying to make it a family business, and it wasn't working out the way they needed it to work out. Girl, the girls was fighting at work. I think it was somebody. I think they son girlfriends. I can't remember, girl. Anyways, girl, they had a food tasting. When I say I will give Sharita, I will give Rashida and Kirk this, girl, that was a real food tasting. Girl, you know, sometimes a girl like I'm gonna have a food tasting, girl, they give you a little piece of chicken, one potato, a little piece of egg, a little half a piece of toast. And be like, how they say no, girl, they had a spread, baby. I said, oh. The girls is for real. Bambi. The Bam. Bambi don't like chaotic. Basically, she thinks that chaotic is a bad influence on Scrappy. See, this is a problem that I have with Bambi and I have with her mother-in-law is while, yes, I do believe that the company that you keep can be an influence on you. I do believe that. I believe it. No matter the age. I believe that, like, you could be grown men, 30, 40, 50, and if you hang out with a group of people who are always in mess, then there's a chance that you could possibly fall into that mess too. But if you hang around people who act like they got some sense, that like the Barack Obamas of the world, then y'all probably not gonna get into nothing y'all ain't got no business getting into. You know, so I get it, but I also think I think it's unfair for Bambi to try and put that on chaotic shoulders because the truth of the matter is your husband been a hot ass mess pre-chaotic. You know, I could see if Scrappy wasn't in no shit, and then he met Chaotic, and then Chaotic had him in all types of bullshit. Then I could see you saying, okay, girl, ever since he met this nigga, right? But at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is, even if that did happen, you also have to put the blame on Scrappy, because at the end of the day, Scrappy is a grown ass man. We all grown ass men and women. Can't nobody make us do nothing we don't want to do. Anyways, so Bambi go up and talk to Chaotic. When I tell you, baby, I was hollering. Chaotic had 2 plates in his hand. You could tell he was about to wrap them mother with some foil paper and baby punch goes. This plate he had some chicken wings. In this plate he had some more chicken wings. I think some oxtail, some grits. I don't know, honey. He had them plates in his hand, girl. Miss Bambi walked up and was basically telling him, I guess she was disappointed in him because as a black man, you're supposed to hold each other accountable and not just be like, oh, he's out here. See, that's the problem, Bambi. Bambi, you really didn't want to leave Scrappy. What it was if Chaotic was out here in the streets doing interviews, I think, and was letting it be known that Scrappy out in these streets, you don't like the fact that Chaotic is letting it be known that he's out in these streets. So now he's adding more gasoline to the fire. Yes, somebody could argue that Chaotic shouldn't have said that, but I think it's also, again, adding gasoline to the fire, and now you really have to consider whether or not you're going to stay in this marriage, because now he's even letting people know that basically Scrappy out in these streets. I'm going to say something. Even if Chaotic was, I'm about to say something I know is going to probably ruffle some feathers. even if Chaotic was influencing Scrappy to leave his marriage, at the end of the day, if that's what's best for the kids, if that's what's best for you and your happiness, then I don't think it's an issue if Chaotic could honestly say, I didn't think that Scrappy was happy in his marriage, and I felt like my friend would have been happier or happy, period, not in his marriage. Now, I don't think there's an issue with that, because the truth of the matter is, if it was one of my friends and I saw that my friend was not happy, I would probably tell, not probably, I would, because I have. I would tell my friend too, girl, you need to just exit the marriage, honey, because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's not. But see, the problem is, we know Scrappy ain't about shit. You know? Anyways, so he's sitting up there holding his plates. Bambi basically, girl, chastising him like he a child, and he like, wait a minute. I'm not encouraging him to leave his family, which I don't think that he will be encouraging him to leave his family. I could see Chaotic probably encouraging him that if he's not happy to do what he needs to do. Somebody could say they're still encouraging to leave your family, but I don't think that's necessarily the truth. Anyways, I put Bambi, make up your mind. You mad, Chaotic, people letting you. I put Bambi, make up your mind. You mad, Chaotic, letting people know Scrappy a mess. We already know Scrappy is a mess, but now his homeboy is basically out here. If he's out here telling people, yeah, Scrappy out here in these streets, he's also letting the people know, yeah, Scrappy out in these streets and he's a hot ass mess. Like, sometimes niggas be forgetting, like, even when they trying to, like, brag, like, yeah, he out here, he out here. You letting the people know, girl, he about an ain't shit nigga, because don't nobody want to hear that their husband is out here. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Anyways, Scrappy said, Bambi, oh, Bambi lets us know that Scrappy ain't paying a half of his rent. I thought the phone was hot. Scrappy let us know. I can't even talk. Y'all see him? Can y'all see him walking behind the car? Where he go? Girl, where he go? Girl, where he go? Scrappy lets us know. I keep saying Scrappy, girl. I done got nervous, honey. Bambi lets us know that Scrappy wasn't paying his bills. This is what Bambi said. This is why I can't too much feel sorry for Bambi. Shout out to Erica De Niro TV. If y'all have not subscribed to Erica De Niro TV, go subscribe to Erica De Niro TV. Bambi, girl, this is what she said. Bambi said, I knew his character. Y'all listening? Because I wrote it down. See, this is why I'm here, because I listen to the shows. And I listen to what these people be saying out of their mouth. All I do is come down here. Well, sometimes I be talking my shit, but I also come down here and I be letting the girls know what the girls say. Sometimes all I do is just repeat what the heifer say. And then some of the girls get mad. Not the girls, but some of their fans get mad. This is what Bambi said. Bambi said, I knew his character and I accepted certain things. But when it came to me, him being an asshole, arrogant, that was a deal breaker. So Bambi knew the Yelp reviews. Shout out to Erica De Niro. Bambi knew the Yelp reviews. She knew it. She knew it because she said it. But she said when it came to her, she thought she was going to be all right. And just like the diva be saying, you be thinking that your dining experience is going to be different than the other girls. If the last 5 bitches said they had food poisoning and it was roaches and rats and bugs and shit and lions and tigers and bears running around a restaurant, then bitch, what make you think when you walk in, girl, the lions and tigers and bears and rats and roaches ain't going to be there? They going to be there. They going to be there. Turn the light on and see. They going to run out. They're going to run around and all types of stuff. Oh, girl, the phone the phone getting hot, y'all. We got to hurry up. Yeah, they're going to be there. Anyways, she said that all he has to do is live. He don't know nothing about a gas bill, a light bill. Like I said the other night on my live, I'm so sick and tired of y'all acting like grown-ass men, grown-ass people don't know about bills. It ain't let me say something. You cannot call yourself a grown ass man and not know that there is a light bill that is due sometime within the month? There is a gas bill that's due sometimes in a month. There are cell phone. There are bills that are due, right? We all know that the rent, the mortgage, is due on the 1st. Now, I don't know about mortgages, but I know rent, they give you a couple of days, right? They give you, depending on where you live, they might give you until the 3rd. After the 3rd, late fees kick in. I know my last apartment complex, they gave you to the 4th. After the 4th, the late fees start kicking in. By the 10th, if you ain't want to try to set up, talk to the people, honey, they're going to file eviction. Then your ass going to have to figure out where you're going to lay your head. Stop making excuses, baby. In one breath, Bambi want to hold him accountable, but then the next breath she makes excuses for Scrappy. She gonna have to make up her mind, and she already knew how he was in the first place. Let's keep on going. Scrappy and Bambi get into a whole argument. He says one little thing happened. Basically saying one little thing happened and now you want to pull the plug on a marriage. I don't think it was one little thing. Girl, this what this mother... Ooh, girl. This what he told this lady. I don't think Bambi is innocent, okay? So let me just make myself very clear. I don't think Bambi is innocent. I think that she had a part to play in the demise of their marriage. I also think that Bambi ignored signs. She said it out of her own goddamn mouth. She said it. But I also think a bulk of the marriage coming to an end lies at Scrappy's feet. I always think it could be blamed to go around for everybody. But I also think that in some situations, like a Martell and Melody, I'm sure Melody wasn't the perfect wife. Nobody is perfect. But I also think based off what I've seen, girl, a big chunk of it, girl, Martell was the reason. Scrappy, you the reason. This is what he told her. I'm over here with the kids. I'm trying to help you move. Girl, me and Scrappy would have tore that house up. That's why I ain't got no man. Because we fighting. No, we not. Girl, probably so. I don't know, girl. I can see why some of y'all got get into fights. Don't fight nobody because you're going to get beat up if you fight a man. At least if I'm fighting a man, girl, I got a chance to whoop his ass. Okay? But no, girl, I didn't like that because it's like they playing flashback clips of when Scrappy had got Bambi the house and he got her the house, even though they splitting the mortgage. Let me say something. I don't think it's an issue with splitting rent. The truth of the matter is, bitch, ain't nobody got no money nowadays. So, girl, what that be, girl, no tea, no shade. That be y'all walking around here acting like y'all, my man protect, my man protect, my man protect, my man provide. Girl, you going half on the rent, girl. You probably using your credit card to pay, girl, a light bill. Girl, you contributing to that household financially too, girl. Stop it. It's okay, girl. We in 2023, girl. You better be paying something, okay? Because if you don't, a nigga gonna come and tell you, this is my shit. You know how they do. On Mad Day, they'll get mad and tell you that this is their shit. Anyways, but my whole thing is this. How are you going to buy this lady? How are you going to go get this lady a home? Then she has to help pay the rent. And then you come in talking about, I'm trying to help you move. As if like you doing her a favor by, girl, she's having to move because you are not paying your half of the rent. Y'all put two. Girl, Can I say something? This is my thing. I think that people know who they're in relationships with. I do. And I think as much as y'all like to act like y'all don't know who y'all are married to or in relationships with, y'all know. Bambi knew that Scrappy was not the responsible type of person. She knew. So I don't know why in the hell, even if he was supposed to be paying, even if y'all had to log into the system and pay your rent and pay her rent, when you was sending the money order over, I don't know how that's. I don't know how they was paying the rent and Bambi didn't know he wasn't paying his half. I don't know. I will question Bambi on that though. How was it that you were paying the half of your rent and you didn't know he wasn't paying his half? Like how long were you able to go with paying the rent without the landlord notifying you? And on top of that, again, you know that Scrappy is not responsible. So if I was Bambi and I was married to Scrappy, there is no way that by the end of the month or at the beginning of the month, I would not just be double checking to make sure everything is paid. It ain't got nothing to do with not trusting your husband. It ain't got nothing to do, but you know who you married to. Like you married to somebody who's not responsible. Girl, I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, girl, I live by myself, right? I pay my own bills. I still be double checking to make sure, just to make sure, like, girl, not to put y'all in all of my business because ain't none of y'all business, but I usually pay my rent when I get paid. So whenever my check hit, and it be before the first, so like if my check hit like on the 21st, I pay my rent on the 21st every month. I've always done that since I moved to my apartment complex. Um, I know some people say that's not good because like if something happened, girl. I read somewhere. I think it was I don't even feel like saying her name. I know who it was, but like it's not. You should pay your rent on the first and not before the first because like if the building burns down or something like that, you done already paid your rent. You know what I'm saying? And then you got nowhere to stay. But yeah, I pay my stuff on the first. I mean, I pay my stuff on like the 21st or whenever my check hits. And I always go back just to double check to make sure that the money was taken out of my account because I don't want no issues. I don't need no issues. I don't want no issues. Like I don't need none of that. So all I'm saying is, if I'm doing that by myself, like I just feel like Bambi know who she was married to. Girl, you just need to make sure, girl. Okay, let me just make sure the rent paid. Okay, boom. And then you go on about your day. But you sitting there this whole time, I don't know how many months have passed, thinking that Scrappy has paid the rent, and girl, he ain't paid nothing, girl. That's a mess. And it's not to put it on her, but like again, you know who you're married to. Anyways, did y'all hear when Bambi said, "I don't have the opportunity to lay down and be soft with you"? And so whenever y'all niggas get on the line, whenever some of y'all women get on the line talking about these women are too masculine, girl, they're too masculine because you're too fucking feminine, nigga. Because this woman just said on cable television and told her husband, "Girl, I don't have the opportunity to sit down and be soft with you. I gotta be the nigga and you get to be the bitch." And then y'all want to complain that we too fucking masculine. Well, girl, if you want so fucking effeminate, then girl, I wouldn't have to worry about being so goddamn masculine. But because you don't take care of your goddamn business, then I gotta rip and run around here like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to make sure that, girl, where we at right now, we don't go further down in the hole. These niggas y'all be married to though. Good luck. And he sitting his big ass there drinking. Y'all saw him sitting there drinking a kid's apple juice. Baby going off. Girl, you know he done got caught in a lie because he done opened up the kid's apple juice. Now he drinking the apple juice. Thinking of a lie. Girl, he was basically telling her that that she don't ever take responsibility for what she's done in the relationship, blah blah blah. And then she was like, I forgot what she said. And like I said, I think there's blame to go to lay at Bambi's feet too. And then I think she said something like, "I'm not horrible," or something like that. I can't remember. And then um she said something like, I didn't know you were. She said something like, "I didn't know you were this horrible." He said, "Oh, you ain't know I was this horrible." I said, "What in the fuck?" Girl, Scrappy said there and basically, not basically, told Bambi, "You didn't know I was this horrible." Like, bitch, you know who you married? And that was pretty much the end of it. All right, I'm gonna come back with episode 2, y'all. It was cute. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. All right, y'all. So let's get into episode 2. Um, Erica. Erica Banks, she starts off the episode. She's doing a photo shoot. Girl, you know the girls, you know, she's not a model, so she don't know. Here she go posing. Girl, what is that? Okay, girl. Scrappy says that as a wife, Bambi. Well, he didn't necessarily say Bambi, but he said as a wife, you should always make your husband feel like that guy. Basically, he from what I got from him saying that is basically as a wife, it's your job to kind of make your husband feel like, girl, that man. um Shekinah Joe and Spice. Shekinah goes over to Spice's home, and girl, they're both dramatic. Girl, Shekinah go. So Spice is in the hospital. Shekinah says, basically, long story short, I guess Shekinah was having a hard time getting in contact with Spice. Something about the best friend being involved. And so so Spice was upset at Shekinah Joe. Girl, Shekinah Joe comes over to Spice's new home. The home, it looks like it's nice. She walks in. What did she say? What's up? I ain't gonna lie, I said, girl, they're both so dramatic. What's up? Why are you acting like a bitch? Girl. And then Spice, don't start with me, Shekinah Joe. Don't start with me, Shekinah Joe. It did look like two best friends fighting, I'm not gonna lie. And then Shekinah walked over and gave Spice a hug. Can I see your house? You not gonna give me a tour? She was like, no, you can give yourself a tour. So they talked about the issues, girl. That was fine. Shekinah Joe thinks she's somebody's mama, honey. But I think Shekinah Joe mean well. But you can also tell that Shekinah ain't got no business, because she be in everybody else's business. Another swanky from a young famous and African. Chaotic, Amy Lucchini. I remember her. Remember that show that was on OWN, that reality real estate show. I can't remember the name. One of the girls quit. I think she was a little fake. She was bad though, but she quit the show. Like, no, she didn't come to the reunion. It was her. Remember the girl named Crystal? Robin. Robin had mental health issues. I cannot remember that show. The other lady had mental health issues too. Ladies Who List Atlanta. Is that what it was called? I don't know, child. Anyways, but I think I remember her being on that show because she bought a house from Robin. Well, Robin was her realtor, right? Anyways, so Mama D. Y'all see them people? Mm-mm. 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 All right, let's hurry up, y'all. Anyways, so Mama D meets Amy because I think Chaotic was having a listening party for his album or EP or song or something like that. Of course, Mama D basically says that Amy is a bad one back in her pimp days. I don't know, girl. Mama D. Mama D said something about Amy being bad and that she the type of woman that like was back in her pimp days would be in a Bentley. I don't know. I don't know what Mama D be talking about half of the time, girl. Don't give me the line, honey. Ciara and Bambi. Bambi, I think, was in Los Angeles doing a photo shoot. She's trying to be a rapper. Can I say something though? Girl, I will say this. And again, I'm not trying to put the blame on Bambi. But Bambi, I saw a Hermes bag sitting on that table. It does make me wonder. Even though you should not be responsible for paying the rent, that's not, because y'all had an agreement clearly to split the rent 50-50. That's fine. But it did cross my mind, Bambi, girl, how you sitting here with Hermes bags and Chanel's bags, and girl, you and your kids getting thrown out on the street. Is that wrong for me to think that? Sierra gotta go home. Sierra flew down to meet Bambi, to support Bambi. She gotta go home because her husband Eric is a goddamn fool. Eric and Sierra's daughter don't get along. I thought she was still in high school, but I think she just graduated. But they don't get along. He destroyed her room. That's the word that Sierra used. He was in her room. Let me say something. Listen, y'all. I'm not saying what I'm saying. Girl, say what Kiki Palmer said. Girl, say what you saying. All I'm gonna say is this, because I don't like to put nothing on nobody like that, because that's a serious accusation or serious, just But I don't like the fact that you got this stepdaddy in your stepdaughter's room. She already don't like you. 1, 2, you're in her room, which is a violation. 3, you're disrespectful to her, and you're in her room, destroying her room, going through her stuff. 4, why are you in her room? 5, why are you in her room going through her stuff? Maybe you too close to this car. Get that basket and go. Oh, you too close. Be cute. Y'all saw him? You too close. You too close. God, I can't even concentrate no more. Why are you in that little girl room? I don't like that he was in that girl room. I don't. I understand that that's his house and that's Sierra's house. But I just feel like, girl, I just believe in boundaries. I do. Let me say something. I remember I was at my sister's house. And I'm about to say all my niece's business, honey. She gonna be mad if she ever see this video when she grow up. My niece was in the bathroom. She needed some wipes. So I think my sister was doing something. I think my brother-in-law was at work. I forgot. And so my sister asked me, could I take her some wipes? And it was Tatum. And she said, Uncle Rodney, sit the wipes outside the door. I said, okay. I didn't open up the door and be like, girl, take these wipes. No. She said, this was probably like, Tatum is 8 now. This is probably like a year and a half ago. I can't remember, girl. She said, sit the wipes outside the door. I set the wipes outside the door. Because the truth of the matter is, I think it's very important. I don't have no kids, but I do think it's important to respect people's boundaries, even if they are children. Some of y'all don't think kids deserve respect. But if my niece is telling me to leave the wipes outside the door and she'll grab them, then I'm going to leave and I left the wipes outside the door and I walked off. So all I'm saying is, while yes, that's your home, like, your stepdaughter still deserves some type of respect. You just can't bust into her room, destroy her room, just because technically, that is your home, I guess. Like, I just don't like stuff like that. I just don't. I don't. And I don't like the fact, I don't like it. And y'all get what I'm trying to say without saying it? I don't like it. Stay out that girl room, sir. Because we hear stories all the time about stepdaddies and shit. And I don't like it. Don't act like y'all don't hear stories about stepdaddies and stepdaughters and shit. We hear stories about boyfriends. We hear stories about aunts and uncles and grandpapas and daddy. We just hear stories. So all I'm saying is, girl, you just need to know. You need to know boundaries. Ciara and Eric, they get into it. She goes home. That nigga is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They at the house, girl. She downstairs eating. He clearly stopped and got her something to eat because it was in a to-go container. She downstairs in the kitchen eating. He come downstairs talking about, you got something for me? Girl, she stopped and looked up. She said, no. She was like, you got this? She said, you brought this for me. Girl, he's the type of person that likes just to want to start an argument. How did you stop, get me food? You didn't get yourself any food. Then you come downstairs and then ask me, did I have some for you? As if your black ass just didn't stop and get this for me. No, I don't have none for you. And now you calling me selfish. And talking about it's all about me. Girl, you... I said, oh, girl, he one of those. He basically tells Ciara, he felt like it should have been like a family meeting. So basically, Ciara has two children. I forgot Mason, and I forgot the girl's name. Mason was living with his father for whatever reason. I don't know why. It really don't matter. I guess the son had to move back with Ciara. Eric didn't like that. He felt like it should have been like a family meeting. Listen, I get it. You know, I don't think that it will be, I'll say this much, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it would have been fair for Eric to just be sitting in the living room and then Ciara just walked in the house with her son, and then Eric was looking like, hold on, like, oh, he moving in? Like, oh, you know. But I also feel like a heads up is all you gonna get. Like, at the end of the day, that's her child. That's her teenage son. I think the son might be 13, 12. I don't know how old he is. It's not like he's a grown-ass 30-year-old man. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, he's still a child. Like, early teens, I believe. So, if to me, all Ciara needed to do was to let him know, hey, Eric, something is going on with Mason, blah, blah, blah. He gonna have to move back home with me. At that point, what the fuck you expect her to do, Eric? Like I said, it's one thing I can see, even with him being a teenage child, if one day he just walked in the house and all Mason's stuff was in the house and Ciara didn't even just give him like a heads up. I could see how that could be an argument. Like, girl, you could have at least told me like, oh, Mason moving back. Oh, okay, cool, right? I don't think she has to ask permission from Eric for her child to move back home. I don't think there needs to be a family meeting to discuss my child moving back home, because at the end of the day, my child is moving back home. You hear what I'm trying to say? I'm going to give you a heads up. I'm going to let you know, hey, Eric, I'm just... Oh, girl. Hold up, y'all. This is my grandmother. I don't know what's going on. That was my grandmother, honey. I didn't know what was going on, because we talked earlier, and I'm like, is she calling me back? Like, girl, it was a mess. Everything is all good, girl. She was just letting me know. Girl, I can tell y'all our business. Anyway, so yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, all I'm saying is, like, at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is he's moving back home. Hey, Eric, just a heads up. Mason has to move back home because of his grades. Mason has to move back home because him and, my baby daddy, I don't know the baby daddy name, I'm going to make up a name, Kevin, they bumping heads, and he just got to come back home. A heads up, that's it. But all that family meeting, all that extra shit, girl, for what? Because at the end of the day, my son is moving back home. You know what I'm saying? He also believes that he's upset that Ciara got kids. As if, like, these kids were a surprise. Eric, you knew Ciara had a son and a daughter. I knew that Ciara had a son and a daughter. So I know for a fact you knew that she had a son and a daughter, right? So he wanted to make sure that he said female, the next female that I was with. He didn't say wife. Go back and watch it. He said the next female that I was with, I wanted to make sure that her first and basically their first kid was together. Okay. You knew Ciara had two kids? Girl, Eric is crazy. But Ciara, you a fool for marrying the nigga. Y'all see a nigga with a little bit of money, buy y'all one little girl YSL bag, one little Chanel bag, and girl, a bitch go crazy. Girl. Sierra got her own money. You can buy your own Chanel bag. Now ain't nothing wrong with taking. Now let me say something, bitch. Don't be stupid and don't take the nigga Chanel bag. What I'm saying is, girl, that shouldn't make you want to drop down to your knees, girl, girl, and marry the nigga either. You know what I'm saying? Girl, I'm not gonna lie with Sierra. Sierra basically said she over with the conversation. Girl, Sierra was walking up them stairs and she was like, I'm still gonna be Sierra, a strong black woman who ain't gonna let no man try her. Well, girl, I can't tell. I'm gonna say this about Sierra. I don't know what's going on with Sierra. I was on the Shade Room the other day and I saw a clip of Sierra and Eric. I don't know if Sierra has a cooking show now. I don't know, but I just saw a clip of her and Eric having a conversation about their relationship. I don't know if they were having a conversation. I don't know if she invited him on to her show as a guest to just discuss how their relationship ended, if they're back together. I don't know. Sierra also said on the show that Eric calls her bitches and hoes in front of her kids and also says stuff like suck my dick. Sierra is an idiot because there's no way that a man could talk to me like that. And then on top of that, when you add in the next layer of you talking to me like that in front of my kids, I turn around and then want to have a conversation with you about our relationship on my fucking cooking show. Bitch, I will throw this fish grease in your face and be in prison. Do not come over here. Do not call me no more. You've disrespected me. You disrespected me in front of my kids. And ain't nothing else to talk about. And the simple fact, I know you don't even like my kids, quiet as it's kept. See, this is one of those situations when we can start putting blame on a lot of people, like Sierra and Eric. Eric is a goddamn fool, and quiet as it's kept, Sierra, she won too. Anyways, I'm gone. That's episode 1 and 2. I'll be back with episode 3 tomorrow. All right, bye, y'all.